to the show on Good Morning Sri Lanka with the Roy brothers. Rohan and Ishan have been dishing out some secrets about each other and giving us some straight talk, and it's been a really interesting morning so far, a very fun morning for me on the show. I'm sure it's the same for you as well, Anupama.
Of course. Whenever these guys are here, I always enjoy the show. It's really fun talking to them. So we were talking about the show, Christmas with the Roy brothers, and you mentioned that Ishan is in charge of a very interesting department.
The creative department.
The creative department.
The creative side. The costumes and the marketing.
Right. Ishan, so why don't you tell us a bit about your job there?
Well, I mean, see, Rohan and I work very well in terms of our company work, which is the tea, and even the singing.
Okay.
So I think that is one of the key reasons why we've been able to do what we do well. We know each other's strengths, and those things are, so each one takes on that part. So, well, I've taken on the marketing and even the styling of the brothers. So even, for example, costumes and all that comes under my area. So I would decide, okay, what we would wear for what event, and even design some of the things, because I also have a little bit of history on merchandising. So
tell us about it.
Well, I started off as a merchandiser, soon after school, and I really enjoyed it. So since then I've always had a eye for style. Then and
this
of
must
course
have started on the days of the pottery.
The
whole creative part of
You
it.
never know. There
right
could be a
brain, left
connection.
brain
to it.
thing going on
There
here.
certainly must have been a connection there.
So so that part I do, and also of
He's
course
a very
even
creative person. I have to butt in and say that he's a very creative person who comes up with the most outrageous things on earth. But actually, it has worked.
Okay.
Yeah. See, because I think, people's expectations grow all the time. So you have to bring in a sense of a new element always to keep them captivated. You cannot dish out the same old thing all the time, so and our productions, it's just not a singing in a theater or something. It becomes a total production. From most of our shows are associated with dinner and or things like that. So it's not a easy thing. It's no easy task. It's a very costly affair, but you have to and you have to carry it off very well. So there are times that we even, if we are hosting it in a hotel, where I even go and check the toilets to see whether they are clean, because it all becomes a total package from the point of the driving in, getting down, how the valet parking is done, to the point where the people exit. I think recently when we had Helen and Caroline down, we had from the entrance, all of us in dummy form, in picture, life size, welcoming the people.
And that just adds, looking at it's the meticulous attention to detail that really gets you that one step above everyone else.
And then when people were leaving, again another dummy saying thank you and wishing them a safe
I agree with
journey.
what Amaya said there. Maybe that's why people are expecting you to perform by yourself, because they must be expecting a lot of things. Like you said, it's not about only the performance. It's about everything, from where a fan of your music would start coming into the venue and then leaving afterwards with a lot of memories, and then what happens even afterwards in their heads, about as feedback on the show and their personal opinions. I completely agree with what Amaya said right now.
And we've been very humbled, I think, to have some people come up to us and say, look, I really like the idea, can I use it for my show, kind of thing. So we've been happy to be known in a way as some kind of trendsetters in a certain way, where and I think it's good thing. But I think people also need to try and be innovative. I think if you put on a thinking cap, you could be innovative and bring your own thing.
It's a typical Sri Lankan attitude to copy.
That's true. Let someone else have an original idea, and
we were
then
actually
we go a bit
speaking about
shiny
this
on it and
earlier.
copy.
No, this is the thing. Why can't one be creative.
And
And
innovative.
think on their own.
Innovative.
Yeah.
Think by yourself.
Yes.
You don't need to, just because we do one type of poster, it doesn't mean someone needs to go and just copy the same poster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
no?
don't need to do that.
Right?
Really.
You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
You know, so I always like, I mean, it's good to lead and for people to follow. It's I mean, it's something very good, but I always say, why can't someone be creative? You know, think
And then
out of
you
the
would
box.
appreciate it too, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
everyone would
Yeah.
be appreciative of
Exactly.
anything.
I mean, if
Yeah.
it's something
Sri Lanka.
good,
Yeah.
you would want to say, that's good.
No, I
That's
think
nice.
I agree with you there, and I also think that most of the Sri Lankans, when it comes to their creative side, they don't really know what the fine line is between inspiration and imitation. You know, they get to. No,
I like that. I'm going to take that line from you.
no,
I love it.
It's copyright, Anu. Come on, you've been stealing so many lines from me today, not this one.
On a roll today.
But that's a lovely line. Can you repeat that again, please?
No. No, I just said the Sri Lankans don't recognize the fine line between inspiration and imitation. No,
So
I
you should be
honestly see
inspired by that, Rohan. You shouldn't go and copy
Don't
the same.
imitate it now. Thank you very much.
I'll keep the thought.
No, but I do agree with what you say, because you know, if one person, we were talking about this once, I think, if one person starts one thing,
Yeah.
say wearing a red dress to church, I don't know, I'm just saying some random example, everybody else would wear the same red dress to church from the next week onwards. Why not wear the red dress in a different way?
Yeah.
You know, or a red sari, you know. What I'm saying is there's a lot of imitation going on, like you said. So I
in
think
anything,
in
actually,
anything,
even like if someone starts a shoe shop and that person is doing very well, another person will go and put right next door another shoe shop.
yeah, and with the same name sometimes.
Yeah, or just
a
one
slightly
missing
twisted
ear,
way.
so that you get mixed up. I'm going to
I
the wrong
totally
shoe
agree
shop
with
kind of thing. You know, so
Yeah.
Definitely.
I agree with that.
It's
But
No,
when
no,
it
I think
comes-
it's with the attitude. Don't you think it's with the attitude? It's with perspectives, attitudes. Yeah.
It's a very Sri Lankan thing.
Very Sri Lankan thing, of course.
See, I mean, something is like now when we started these dinner shows, no one else has done dinner shows like artists, Sri Lankan artists.
Okay.
As we know.
I think you're right. in saying that.
And when we started it, like, you know, people were not sure whether, you know, which way this will go. So again, it's being innovative, right? I mean, we wanted to change the performance a little bit, you know, to give it a bit of a twist.
Yeah.
So each show has been different. Even this Christmas show will be very different. There will be some key things in it which are not been there previous shows. So each show is different. So we like to keep that difference. And actually next
Very
year is our 5th year, 5 years as Dillanro Brothers. So next year will be.
Even more
we have
innovation
to be-
coming up next
yeah,
year.
we
Then
have to be
something I look forward
extremely
to.
I don't know what he'll come up with. That's what
While you two are doing all this creative brainstorming, let's speak about the family support that you have. And you have your wives, who I'm sure are big strength behind
Yes.
you. But
Yes.
let's talk about how they react and
very
how.
much. I think
Well,
sometimes.
one thing they definitely react is they don't like when I design some more costumes because the wardrobe room seems to be suffering.
Wait,
at
but
home.
you have a wardrobe room as well.
We have
like the pottery room, remember
Yeah,
I don't know why, but I keep going back to that.
into another wardrobe room.
You know,
maybe.
I'll just share my example first. My wife basically had to intrude into my music room area
All right.
because there was no room downstairs to put all this stuff that he's sort of bringing, you know. Every concert it's a case of 3 suits are getting added up, 3 kinds of different things, you know.
But hey, I mean, that's what you have to do, right?
Well,
The show has to
I
look
don't
good,
know.
right,
Yeah.
Tisha?
So now I have my music room in one corner. The entire place is taken up with all kind of suits.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering at what point of time I can sort of get rid of this stuff.